Clark and Perry.
In the place.
Clark and Perry. Do what it takes. Clark and Perry invite you to stay.
And explore the artistry in everything, live, on location alongside the Windy City's finest. Produced with the support of TELUS STORYHIVE. Available on YouTube and TELUS Optic TV on demand. For a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello once again, everybody. This is the Windy City's finest. I'm Perry, he's Clark, and we are joined by both Dee and Valeska. Yes. And together you make up the Broken Llama Piñata Company. And yeah, thank you so much for all your time and energy so far. And
thank you.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, we've kind of gotten to, hopefully we've kind of gotten to paint a picture of you guys a little bit. Probably doesn't do it fully justice, but no, it's been awesome. And yeah, like I think our last segment here is just kind of getting to see both of you together, and kind of explore like your dynamic and duo, and how that ties into your business, and maybe hear Medicine Hat and your roots here, and yeah.
Okay. I'll let you talk to why we are in Medicine Hat.
Yeah. We are in Medicine Hat. We came 23 years ago. We were living in Edmonton at the time, and I was transferred for my work to Medicine Hat. So we came here, and we stay. We love it. It's the most amazing city. Everything is just perfect, in my opinion. The weather is fantastic, and the people are amazing. So we stayed, and we have built a life here. I have seen my kids grow up, and then I have seen my kids get married and have their little ones. So it's been a nice ride for sure.
Absolutely. And I remember in another part of our segment, Dee, you had talked about how at a certain age you got right out of here, but ultimately you came back. I'm just wondering if you could speak to that at all.
Yeah, when I graduated high school, I definitely wanted to run away. It's just one of those things. It's a small town, and so
I think a lot of people can relate.
Yeah, I moved back to Edmonton because I do love Edmonton as well, and went to film school there, and then traveled the world for a year with my now husband, and then once we settled down in Calgary, actually, we had kids, and we just wanted to raise our kids here too, kind of the experience that I had with my mom. And so yeah, we're back here and raising our 3 little ones, and we love it.
Nice.
And we love the heat.
Yeah.
We never complain about the heat ever.
Interesting. Nice. I know a lot of people can complain about it, but the way I look at it is like a large part of the year is like snow, and it's not that hot. So no, that's awesome. Yeah, and you mentioned briefly, you talked about like the weather and the city's perfect in your opinion. I'm just curious, can you elaborate on any like specifics? Like what about Medicine Hat makes it so great for you?
Well, I find that it's the right size. We have everything we need, and then the cities that are a little larger, they are not that far, and then we can have everything that we want from there. I love when I go to Calgary, I really enjoy the ride. I just put my music, and then I see the scenery, and I love it. But I'm always so happy to come back to this little place because there's no traffic, there is no commotion. It's just you are from one point to the next. It takes 15 minutes. Like for me to get to work, it takes me one song in the radio. So that tells you how close it is. And people are so friendly, and the weather definitely, I think that will be the main reason why we stay, because the weather is very fabulous. In Canada. It's the sunny city in Canada.
It sure is, Nice. And back to you, Dee. Just curious about your 3 little ones. Is there something about Medicine Hat and growing up here that you kind of wanted them to have too? Or was it more being close to family?
Yeah, it was definitely be close to family first. This is where my mom is, and my sibling lives here. And at the time, my brother also lived here, and my best friends have moved here. So like, yeah, it's all about keeping family close and having my kids be raised with their cousins and their cousins from another mother. And so, yeah, it's just about being close with the family, but I do think that Medicine Hat has come a long way in terms of growing culturally, and with all the small businesses opening up, it has its own personality, its own character, and it's definitely something I enjoy.
Yeah, and I think, Clark and I are here every now and then, and that's kind of the reason why we're here, is to get to know, to see that culture and try and showcase and uplift it. And it is very apparent, even from the time that we've spent here, which is not a lot necessarily, but no, for sure. And Broken Llama Piñata is a part of that. And so I know we've kind of probably touched on a few of these things already, but I think potentially there's more that we can dive into in relation to maybe your process of connecting with local businesses, or just how that kind of happens. And I know we've touched on it a little bit, but are there any other thoughts that kind of come to mind? I have one too, if nothing. But
Well, we participate in local markets. And I find that through this business, we have been lucky enough to meet a lot of amazing artists. Everybody comes to these markets and they put their heart into what they do. And then we get to know them, and then we share our experiences. And I think that's what has connected us to all these many people. These markets are quite amazing. And we have a few different ones here in Medicine Hat. So, yeah, we just want or wish the best for everybody. So we try to do whatever is possible to connect and share and, support each other.
Yeah. And to add to that, it's like when you are a local business, like you said, sometimes it seems like everyone's succeeding or not succeeding, but you have so many connections that you make, and just doing a local market, the prep work that goes into it, and you all come together. Since we used to go to markets before we had a business, we loved going shopping, but now that we're on the other end, all the work that goes into being available for those farmers market or local markets, you definitely have a camaraderie of coming in with all your stuff and setting up and watching everybody put their things so particularly together with so much love and effort to present themselves to everybody who comes, whether it's one person sometimes or hundreds of people. That's kind of a special connection you develop when you're in the trenches of trying to get your local business out there.
Yeah, no, and that's awesome. I really appreciate that you kind of speak to that potentially, unseen work that goes into, these markets that you're talking about. Shout out to that and the other vendors doing that work.
100%.
Yeah, because I think oftentimes it can be overlooked or taken for granted, and so absolutely. Yeah, and one of my thoughts, kind of around this topic, was going back to a little bit of our discussion earlier about how everybody has their struggles, and sometimes it can feel like you're alone, but just to this idea of connection, and that you're not alone, but you need that dialogue and communication with others, and it brings to mind that phrase or metaphor of everybody that actually came up for me. I heard it first during COVID, but it was that idea of we're all in the same ocean but different boats, and so I don't know. I don't know if that spurs any thoughts for you. We can move on if not, but.
No, that's true. We're all.
I mean, when you go to these local markets, you shop as much as you sell sometimes. And everybody has that same shared experience where you're looking around during your break and you're like, oh, this is cool. But again, it's just part of that camaraderie and that special discovering who's out there and who's doing what and what is being made in your town. And it's just cool. You just always discover something new, and then they share oh yeah, and go to this market, check this out, and everyone's sharing tips. Everyone's trying to propel each other forward, which is special.
Yeah, it sounds very growth oriented, as opposed to, I think when a lot of people think of business, I think they maybe assume big business where it's very competitive, and you're not necessarily trying to help your competitor or the other person, but on this smaller scale, I guess it is kind of refreshing how collaborative it sounds. And if you have any thoughts on that, absolutely take it away. But my other thought there, where I was going with that, was going back to the, what you offer, the piñatas. And I, in a previous conversation, I remember us talking about them as a vessel for that kind of connection and bringing families together around something. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling a little bit.
Oh, that's all right. That's just it. Like when a piñata is set up, there's not one person that isn't surrounding the piñata, whether you're just watching it and not participating, or you're ready in line to smash it, which is one of my favorite parts. But it does bring families together, friends together, co-workers together in that very playful, childlike way that we all need to express once in a while. And yeah, like I said, it's a cathartic experience, and it's great to be that like you said, vessel to people's gatherings, to have that bringing you together and to remember it. Like I really do think the piñatas are very memorable part of any event.
And I'm seeing a parallel here. This is just how my brain works, but I'm seeing a parallel between, at a party, bringing everybody together around the piñata, and markets themselves, bringing everybody together. And I don't know, it was just a little parallel, that's all. But do you have any other thoughts?
What I find about the piñatas is that the product that we make brings joy. It brings good memories. So it is nice to feel that way, because we're giving somebody something that is just making them happy. Every time a kid receives the piñata, you see these faces, and they're just so happy, and that makes you feel so good. It's all the work that we do, which is hours and hours. It just pays off at that moment when the kid is like, yes, thank you so much, this is what I wanted. It's just so neat.
And what I'm hearing there is this idea of the longevity of the product itself is, until it's smashed. But it's kind of got a secret part to it, which is the memory side of it, right? And I don't know, I just thought that's awesome.
I think that a lot of people, we get that feedback a lot of like, how can you put so much work into something, or it's so beautiful to smash? But it's like anything, when you buy food or cake for an experience, it's gone right away.
Right.
But it's not about that as much as it's enjoyable in that moment. It is about the lasting kind of experience of what it was like to break your first piñata and then your 10th piñata, because you learn skills and you're just ready to go again. And it's always fun, whether it's your first time or your 100th time. It's enjoyable, and there's always a new memory made with it.
Nice. Just building on that, actually, for both of you separately, what has been your favorite piñata to break? What is the short and sweet version of that story of your favorite memory, basically?
The first piñata that my kids did for me, it was for my 55th birthday. I didn't know anything about it. It was such a special occasion because they did 55 things of everything. So I had 55 gifts to open, 55 balloons, and they did a 55 number piñata for me. And there is pictures of them doing them, and they were so frustrated because, but to receive that piñata, that was such an amazing memory. It was great to see them doing something that I've been doing for them all these years. And I will never forget that. It was super special.
It's one of your love languages, right? Gift giving?
Yeah, 55 I
We
did.
were aware of that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a special piñata. That one's funny because we made it, like I said, I just started piñata making 2 years ago. And so making one without our teacher, it was a challenge. And I actually contributed very little to that piñata because I just wasn't able to do it. And now I'm the one that makes them. So it's kind of funny how it's turned around. But that was a special piñata. It's hard to pick the most special. Maybe for me would be my son when he turned 1. we had like a taco themed one, and we made a taco for that one. And just because it was like my first kid's first piñata, it was very memorable, and it was just the perfect day. And yeah, I just thinking about a 1-year-old, you're like, what's the 1-year-old gonna do? But because he hit it when he was 1, now that he's almost 8 in June, he's the best breaker. We know that he has to go at the end, and I don't know, it's memorable.
Nice. Practice makes progress, like we say.
Progress,
Nice.
yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All of these lovely stories and memories and experience. I think that is all the time we have for this last segment here. So thank you so much. I'm going to shout out again, thank you so much to Rebel Yoga for having us here. And yeah, this has been the Windy City's Finest. I'm Perry, he's Clark, this is Dee and Veluska, and they make up the Broken Llama Piñata Company.
Thank you.
Clark and Perry,
In the place.
Clark and Perry, do what it takes. Clark and Perry, invite you to stay.
And explore the artistry in everything, live, on location alongside the Windy City's Finest. Produced with the support of TELUS STORYHIVE. Available on YouTube and TELUS Optic TV On Demand. For a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.